Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters in Messiah. Shalom, shalom to all my relatives and friends. And shalom, shalom to anyone who is listening to me. Today, I just want to take this time to talk about two dreams that I've had. I call them dream visions. So that's what I want to talk about. I had one on December the 19th, and I've been meaning to make a video about it, but today is the day where I have the time. So I thought I would talk about these dreams that I've had. So before I do, I just want to take the time to say a prayer to Elohim. So thank you, Abba Father, for this your great and awesome day. Thank you for your Ruach HaKodesh. Thank you for your spirit of wisdom, understanding, counsel, might, and the fear of you. And thank you for your help in everything. Praise and bless your Kodesh name. In Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah. Amen. So, the dream visions that I've had on December the 19th. I had one on December the 19th. So I'll just read the one that I had on December the 19th, 2018. So I was talking to a young man, and he was dressed in white, and he was maybe, it seems like he was 15, 16, 17 years old, a teenager. And he was telling me what he has decided to do. So he was telling me that he has decided to do something, and that what he wanted to do was to learn how to kill animals. In the dream visions, I was thinking, oh, he wants to kill bulls and rams and goats. That's what I was thinking of while he was telling me this. So while he was talking to me about this, we were walking past a butchering place. And there were these men that were butchering animals. So I was pointing to the men butchering the animals and say, oh, that's what you want to learn to do. Maybe you could go and learn to do this from those men that were already doing the job. So, and also while he was telling me this, I was thinking, oh, it's like a sacrifice. So that's the dream vision I had on December the 19th, 2018 at about 2:30 at nighttime. And I also had a dream around 3 months ago, and I saw one of the dream vision was about one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. And the one that I saw in the dream that was riding was this one here, this horseman, the four horsemen from the apocalypse. But the one that I saw was the gray one. And here is a picture of the one that was in the dream vision. This one was about 3 months ago. So it's like a second witness to this dream. So in me having that dream vision, I wanted to understand what it meant. And in praying to Abba Father and with help from Ruach HaKodesh, I went to the Bible and I found some scriptures to go with the butchering and the slaughtering of animals. So these are the scriptures that I found, and I will just read them. So this is like a warning. It's a warning vision about the butchering and the slaughtering, and about one of the four horsemen from the apocalypse. And this the horseman that I dreamt about is in Revelation 6, verse 7, because I had to go look it up. And it says in Revelation 6, verse 7, and when I opened the fourth seal, I heard a voice of the fourth beast saying, come and see. And I look, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword, with hunger, with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So that's the horseman, the pale one from Revelation 6, verse 7. This one right here. That's the one I dreamt about. So the scriptures about the dream vision and December the 19th about butchering of animals, the scriptures that I found when I went searching and seeking is, I'll read them, Ezekiel 9 verse 2. And behold, six men came from the way of the higher gate, which lie toward the north, and every man had a slaughter weapon in his hand. So that's Ezekiel 9. And Jeremiah 50, verse 25 to 25 to I think it's 28. Yahweh has opened his armory and has brought out the weapon of his indignation. For our king, Elohim has a work to do in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from every quarter. Open her storehouse, pile up the heaps of ruins, and put her under the ban. Let her have no remnant. Slay her bulls, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe to them, for their day is come. It is the time of their visitation. Listen, they flee and escape from the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh or Elohim, the vengeance for is Ekal or temple. Sermon the archer against Babel. All you who bend the bow and camp against it all around, let no one escape. Repay her according to her work, according to all she has done, for she has been proud against Yahuwah, against the set apart one of Israel. Therefore, her young man shall fall in the street, and all her man of battle shall perish in the day, declares Yahweh Sabaoth, or Yahuwah Sabaoth. See, I'm against you, O proud one, declares our king. For your day has come, the time of your punishment. The proud one shall stumble, and he shall fall, with no one to raise him up. And I shall kindle a fire in his city, and it shall devour him all around. So that is Jeremiah 50 from 25 to 32. And some other verses about slaughtering bull and butchering that I went to find after I have the vision was Jeremiah 25. Cry, you shepherds, and wallow yourself in the ashes, you principal of the flock, for the day of your slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and you shall fall like a pleasant vessel, and the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. And also Isaiah 34, verse 1. Come near, you nation, and hear, and hearken, you people. Let the herd hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. Um, for the indignation of Yahuwah is upon all nations, and his fury is upon all their armies. Elohim has utterly destroyed them, and has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall melt with blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall roll together like a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, and the leaf falleth off the vine, and as the falling of the fig from the fig tree. For the sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Edomea and upon the people of Elohim's curse for judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the bloods of lamb and the goats, and the fat of the kidney of the rams. For Yahweh has a sacrifice in Boraz, and a great slaughter in the land of Edomania. The unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullock and the bull, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For the day of Yahweh's vengeance, it's the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land therefore shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night or day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. So these are some verses about slaughtering and about butchering of animals. So this one is Isaiah 34 from 1 to Isaiah 34 from 1 to verse 10. Also James 5 verse 1 to 8. Go now, you rich men, weep and holler for your misery that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garment are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is conquered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped up treasures together for the last day. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your field, which you have kept back by fraud. Their wages is crying out, and the cries of them have reach and enter into the ears of Abba Father Yahuwah Sabaoth. You have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. You have nourished your heart as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brothers and sisters, unto the coming of Yahweh or Yahuwah. Behold, the husbandman wait for the precious fruit of the earth, and has long patience for it, until he receive the early rain and the latter rain. Be you also patient, and establish your hearts, for the coming of Elohim, Yahweh Sabaoth, or Yahweh, draws near. Therefore, those and also this is another verse about slaughtering and butchering of animals. After I had that dream, I had to seek the interpretation of it from Ruach HaKodesh Abba Father and by the Bible. Therefore, it's Ezekiel 39, verse 1. Ezekiel 39. Therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against Gog, and say, Thus says Yahweh Sabaoth, behold, I'm against you, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. I'll just turn my page. And I will turn you back and leave but a sixth part of you, and I will cause thee to come up from the north, and I will bring you upon the mountains of Israel, and I will smite your bow out of your left hand, and will cause your arrow to fall out of your right hand. You shall fall upon the mountains of Israel, you and your band, and the people that is with you. I will give you unto the ravenous birds of every sort, and the beasts of the field shall devour you. You shall fall upon the open field, for I have spoken it, says Yahuwah Sabaoth, or Yahweh Elohim. I will send a fire on Magog and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am Yahweh Sabaoth. So I will make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, or Yahuwah, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, Ezekiel 39, verse 8, behold, it shall come, and it is done, says Elohim. This is the day wherefore I have spoken, and they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shield and the buckler, the bow and the arrow, and staves and the spear, and they shall burn them with fire for 7 years, so that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any wood from the forest, for they shall burn the weapon with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoil them, and rob those that rob them, says Yah Elohim. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give Gog a place of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea, and it shall stop the noses of the passengers, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Ammon Gog. So Ezekiel 39, verse 12, and 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying them, that they may cleanse the land. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them for a renown the day that I shall be glorified, says Yahweh Elohim. And they shall sever out men of continual employment passing through the land to bury the passengers, those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. And the passengers that pass through the land, when they see a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Ammon Gog. So this is Ezekiel 39, verse 16. And also the name of the city shall be Amana. Thus shall they cleanse the land. And thou, son of man, says Elohim, speak unto every bird and every beast of the field, and say, O birds, assemble yourself and come, gather yourself, O birds, on every side to my sacrifice that I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel, that you may eat flesh and drink blood. You shall eat the flesh of the mighty and drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams, of lambs, of goats, of bullocks, of all the fatling of Bashan. And you shall eat, O birds, till you're full, and drink blood till you be so drunk of my sacrifice which I sacrifice for you. So these are just some of the Bible scriptures about sacrificing, because when this young man was telling me that he's decided what he wants to do, and it was butchering of animals, and I was thinking it animals of goats and bulls and ram, I was also thinking, in the dream vision, that it sounds like a sacrifice. So Ezekiel 39, verse 20, thus you shall be filled at my table, O birds and beasts, with horses and chariots, with mighty men, and with all the men of war, says Yahweh Elohim. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them, says Yahuwah. So the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh, their Elohim, from that day forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they transgressed against me. Therefore I hid my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they by the sword, according to their uncleanness and according to their transgression. I have done unto them and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus says Yahuwah or Yahweh, now I will bring again the captivity of Jacob and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel. And I will be jealous for my holy Yod-Heh-Vav-Veh Shem Amiphoresh Aya Yahuwah El Shaddai name. I'll be jealous for my name, says the mighty one. And after that, after they have borne their shame and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwell safely in their land, and none shall make them afraid. Ezekiel 39 verse 27, when I have brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' lands, and I am sanctified in them in the sight of the nations, then they shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathens, but I have gathered them into their own land, and have left none of them anymore there in the land of the enemy. Neither will I hide my face from them anymore, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, says Elohim. And also, the last scripture is in Jeremiah 7, verse 25 until 34. Jeremiah 7, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day I have sent unto you my servant the prophet, raising early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline to hear me. They hardened their necks. They did worse than their fathers. Therefore, you shall speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken unto you. You shall also call unto them, but they will not answer you. But you shall say unto them, this is a nation that obeyed not the voice of Elohim nor receive correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. So cut off your hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on the high places. For Elohim has rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, says Yahweh. They have set their abomination in the house which is called by my name, to pollute it. And they have built up the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Enon, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I command them not to do. Neither did any such thing come into my heart, says the sovereign King. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that it shall no more be called Tophet, or the valley of the son of Enon, but it shall be called the valley of slaughter, for they shall bury in Tophet till there is no place. And the carcass of this people shall be meat for the bird of the air and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Then I will cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the street of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride. for the land shall be desolate. So those are some of the scriptures that I got to try and understand the dream vision about the young man dressed in white, telling me that he has decided to learn how to butcher and to slaughter animals. And it is the second witness to the dream vision that I had around 3 months ago, where I saw the horse of Revelation 6 verse 7. So I thank you for listening to my dream visions. And if you have any idea of the interpretation of these dreams that is more clearer than the scriptures that I've given, please feel free to share with me. And thank you for listening to me today. And shalom, shalom to all my brothers and sisters and my relatives and friends.